Good afternoon, chicas. I'm your DJ Shane in the segment of Drama Rama. This is DJSM 95.1. And our story for this afternoon is titled Home of the Ashford by John Jack Quigley. So, let's begin! The eruption of Mount Pinatubo was recorded as the second largest terrestrial eruption of the 20th century and the largest eruption to affect a densely populated area. Ashfall affected almost the entire island of Luzon and even reached the neighboring countries of Malaysia and Vietnam. Moreover, Typhoon Nyonya worsened the situation by bringing with it heavy rains and strong winds to the Kapampangans and to the people affected by this tragedy. It will serve as a statement to their irrepressible attribute of rising above their plight and predicament.
I was no longer living in Angeles City when Mount Pinatubo erupted on June 15, 1991. I was promoted from being a crew member at Pizza Hut due to management training at Pizza Hut Harrison Plaza in December 1990. I was in Manila when the Mount Pinatubo erupted. I was working there at Pizza Hut. That was my opening shift and I went to the cinema to watch the film Hihintayin Kita sa Langit. Then, it happened. I saw a parka covered with what seemed like a whitish gray blanket. So were the streets. When I looked closely and touched them, they were grainy. It was like ash from an ashtray. I asked the guard on duty, "What has happened?"
Di ko po alam, sir. Pero kanina pa yan.
I went back to Pizza Hut and asked my colleagues about it. But I saw my assistant manager.
Naku, pumutok na yung Pinatubo. Hanggang dito nakarating yung ashfall.
That day, I wanted to go to Angeles City, which was where my family is, but my day off will be on Monday. But then I remembered that Monday was the schedule of our monthly seminar. I specifically requested the store manager that I will be excused the next week so I could see my family in the province. That Monday morning, I went to the Philippine Rabbit bus terminal station. I learned that they didn't have trips the past week because the roads were covered with lava and were therefore impassable. I heard Kapampangan passengers converse with one another about the gravity of the calamity.
Ken Bakalor, mga tabunan lakan deng bale, alang mitigan. And only the bell tower of the church is visible because the whole structure is sunk deep in the lahar. Everything had been washed out.
La Rogo Deng Tao. Until now, there is still no electricity in many areas.
Pero asning kabaga kanudeng daratong asop ken gobyerno, makalo kami.
I wanted to butt in and engage in their conversation too, but I felt I had nothing to share with them. I was guilty for not having responded immediately. I hope that nothing like this had happened to my family. The bus would have gone as far as the Angeles City bus terminal, but the driver said that the Abacan Bridge had collapsed a few days ago.
Ana mo keni ing sakin, deng bisang munta Angeles. Di pa kayo keng sapa at lumakad na kayo karin.
I got off the bus and my legs shook. Upon seeing the devastated city I had lived in for 21 years. Now, it was like a ghost town. The houses were covered with gray ash and the trees looked like folded umbrellas at the onset of storm. The streets were muddy all over and cars were abandoned everywhere. The strong Abacan bridge had really collapsed. I saw farther down the river bank that people were lining up to cross the river by stepping on coconut trunks and wooden poles, attached from one end to the other. The gaunt shirtless boy who was juggling coins and walking to and fro shouted,
Deng bisang lumakad papunta Angeles. Kenny na kayo, bang ali la mabasa deng bitis yun.
I talked to the person behind me. Malalamya po ing danum.
Tabalu, balamu, malalampil.
Lawin may itang tao. Ang ganiking at yan na. Just then, I saw about 4 barkers holding wooden chairs inviting people to cross the river on these chairs. One barker thought my smile was an indication that I wanted to ride in the chair.
Bisa kang sake?
I nodded my head.
Kuya, padagdag naku mo keka ne. Kasi lupa kang mabayat.
I sat on the chair and put the bag on my lap.
Just hold the chair's handles, sir. It's good that you came this early. Potang ganapon, ali tana makapunta ka rin, uling malalam ne ing danum.
As he started lifting the chair, I felt that I was sliding down. The fabric of my pants was slippery. Saguli, kala-kalale, mananabuko. We got to the other end of the river. The barker found a coarse spot where he could put down the chair.
Dakal asalamat po, Kuya. Pantunan mo naku mo potang bisa nakang mibalik keng sumangid atad daka.
Sige po, salamat mo rin. There was hardly any roving jeepney at all. When I climbed up the gully, tricycles were waiting at the corner, but I chose not to ride in one. I decided to walk. The house was only about 5 minutes away anyway. As I was walking, I thought about what the future would hold for this city I love. I was hoping that I would also see my family complete and in the best of health. My steps got quicker. I started to run. I saw Mother carrying a bundle of laundry. When she saw me, she smiled and patted my arm. Where are you going? I just got here. I was so worried about you. Where is Ate and her family? Are they okay?
They are all okay. Thank God. I'm going to Dao to give this to your ate.
What? Are you serious?
The Abacan bridge has collapsed. Didn't you know? How are you get to Dao?
I know that the Abacan bridge is no more.
I've been to Dao and back twice already. There are still barkers that lift chairs down there in the river, aren't there?
You mean you want to go down the river? You are not afraid?
Why should I be afraid?
Mother interrupted.
Only the old ones are afraid to cross the river. I am not that old. Besides, you are here to keep me company, right? I cook your favorite ginataang kamansi. Hurry up! The river gets deeper in the afternoon. Let's go!